Our next speaker will be our sheriff here in Watauga County, Len Hagaman. This is difficult, to say the least. To the Ward family, to the Fox family, you are our family. There's also an extended family. If you will look around, you will see that there's a brotherhood that is there for each and every one of us. Your heart hurts. You had a void that cannot be filled easily. But I want you to know that we love you, and we're here for you after this ceremony and months and weeks and years ahead. So thank you for allowing us to have these two brave men protect the citizens of Watauga County. Our heart goes out to you. Please accept these folks as heroes, for that's what they were. That's what they are. "20 years ago, a senseless act of terrorism killed 2,977 innocent victims, including 343 firefighters, 72 law enforcement officers, and over 6,000 people who were injured. We all hurt. On Thursday, July 26, 2012, our world stopped once again. This time, it was here, and it was one of our own, Deputy William Mast. On Wednesday, April 28, 2021, our world stopped again. And like July 26, 2012, again, it was for our own. Sergeant Chris Ward and K-9 Deputy Logan Fox. Once again, we were called to reaffirm our mission, that of service to our community. Scripture tells us we also glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. Sometimes the truths of these words are hard to see. These words test us every day as servants to the public. Once again, we gather to honor the memory and mourn the loss. Two of our fellow deputies we honor and remember, but we also honor and support those who continue to serve in our community. Once again, we feel the sting of pain and overwhelming heartache as we continue to pray for our band of brothers and sisters, for those who protect and serve the people of Watauga County. These two typically began their day just like any other day, but we know once again that some of your servants had an all too quick breakfast or supper, kissed their families goodbye, and headed to work. A work that once again sees the uniform being donned, being asked to put their life in harm's way, the lone sentinel between good and evil. We know these sentinels are once again, and those that go before them. Our own have done just that, never to return to the safe harbor of family and home. We are reminded as we enter the familiar portal of the Watauga County Sheriff's Office, the ultimate sacrifice, etched in a simple monolith of black granite, where we see the names of those who answered their last call. Watauga County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff A.J. Abe Evanston, Blowing Rock Police Department Officer Willett Miller, and Blowing Rock Police Department's Police Sergeant Ray Johnson. These names were added in 2015 and 2016, alongside the names which were originally etched in 2012. Boone Police Department Police Chief Len Hagaman, Blowing Rock Police Department's Police Chief William Green, Boone Police Department Police Major Robert Bob Kennedy, Watauga County Sheriff's Office Deputy William Mast. Also were added two that were passed as they were working. Boone Police Department's Master Police Officer John Knapp, and Watauga County Sheriff's Office Pat Baker. Once again, we are faced with an empty void. Once again, we are faced with adding others to the black and solemn monolith. Two more names, two more of our named brethren who were not looking for their names to be placed in perpetuity. To those past and currently serving, they never expect to hear the words thank you. Their thank you comes from within, an inner voice that resonates softly that our entire way of life depends on our focus and our dedication and the rule of law. The maintenance of law is hard, and it's a daily labor. For our servants, life presents challenges, suffering, of accidents and illness, and even the loss of life. And there are times when we are overwhelmed by the deafening shaking of calamity, albeit natural or man-made. And at times we do feel lost. We learn that we don't always have control of things, but we do have control of how we respond to the world. We do have control over how we treat one another, those that we serve and those that we protect. We do not ask for perfection. It's because of our individual imperfections that our founders gave us institutions to guard against tyranny and ensure no one is above the law. A democracy that gives us space to work through our differences and debate them peacefully, to make things better. By working together, we can reinstate, preserve those institutions of family and community, centered on rights and responsibilities, and of law and self-government. That is the hallmark of a great nation. Our character is not found in isolation. Our hope does not arise by putting our fellow man down, but is found by lifting others up. And this is what we are. And you need to do this every day. In our losses, the pain we feel may never leave us. But our faith tells us that these brothers did not pass from us in vain. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. We can never match the sacrifices made by these, our brothers, but we can try to match their sense of service to them and to you. We cannot match their courage, but we can strive to match their devotion, a devotion that now requires that 2 more names be carved into that black monolith, the names of our fallen brothers: K-9 Deputy Logan Shane Fox and Sergeant Christopher Chris D. Ward. May God bless their memory, and may God bless each of us and our calling. In closing, I must share this with you. On Tuesday, May the 4th, I was running late and was a bit frustrated because of it. I backed out of our driveway and into the road that fronts our house. As I was looking towards the west, approaching me, I saw a really bright blue sedan, where it was obvious that the paint had begun to fade and the clear coat was sloughing off. The driver, who looked to be in her 60s, was flagging me down. At first, I thought of her as simply waving good morning, but it was now evident that her waving became a bit more animated, and it was clear that she wanted me to stop. So I indeed stopped. She simply stated, "I know you, but you don't know me." We spoke for a minute, which honestly added to my frustration to get to the office. She apologized for the delay, and she said she was so very sorry that her county, Watauga County, had experienced a huge loss. She then said, as she waited, to please give the Fox and Ward families something. She said she didn't have much, but that she wanted simply to give something to the Fox and Ward families. She said that she would like for me to give each of the families a gift. She said it isn't much, but I would like for them to have it. When she handed me her gift, she gave me a crumpled dollar bill, 3 quarters, and a nickel. That was her gift, proudly noting that it was her $2. I honestly thought about not accepting the money, as I, not her, knew that she was the one who really needed it. Then it hit me. Her gift worth is not measured by the tactile touch of paper, nor that of coin. It was, after all, her gift. A gift that cannot be identified by ink and paper, nor that of forged metal. Its worth transcends any worth that we could ever ascribe. It is, however, the quiet and simple gift of hope, faith, and love. These are the 3 attributes of our 2 fallen brothers, Sergeant Chris Ward, K-9 Deputy Logan Fox. Rest easy, my brother. Sleep well with my brothers. Know that the line is held. Your job is done. Rest easy. Sleep well. Others have taken up where you fell. The line is held. Peace, peace, and farewell.
Sheriff